Once upon a time, there was a wealthy merchant named Sudatta who lived in the city of Shravasti. Sudatta was known for his generosity and kindness to those in need. He often gave money to the poor and supported the local monks with food and supplies. One day, Sudatta heard about a renowned teacher named Buddha who had been traveling throughout India, sharing his teachings of compassion and wisdom. Intrigued, Sudatta decided to seek out the Buddha and learn from him. Sudatta traveled for many days, finally reaching a small village where the Buddha was staying. He approached the Buddha and asked, "O great teacher, please teach me your wisdom so that I may become a better person." The Buddha replied, "Sudatta, you are already a good person, but there is always room for improvement. Listen carefully to my teachings and put them into practice." Over the next few weeks, Sudatta studied under the Buddha, learning about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. He also learned about the importance of compassion and loving kindness in one's life. One day, while Sudatta was meditating, he had a vision of his own death. He saw himself lying on his deathbed, surrounded by his loved ones, but filled with regret and sorrow for all the things he had not done in his life. Sudatta realized that he needed to change his ways and start living his life in a way that would bring him peace and contentment. He decided to give up his wealth and devote himself to the teachings of the Buddha. Sudatta went back to his city and gave away all of his possessions to the poor. He started living a simple life, meditating and studying the teachings of the Buddha. He also built a monastery for the local monks and provided them with food and supplies. Sudatta's generosity and kindness continued to spread throughout the city, and he became known as Anathapindika, which means the feeder of the poor. Anathapindika continued to study and practice the Buddha's teachings, and eventually, he attained enlightenment. The story of Anathapindika teaches us about the importance of generosity, compassion, and mindfulness in our lives. It also reminds us that it is never too late to change our ways and start living in a way that brings us peace and happiness.